right, so let me make sure my mic's working. All right, my mic's working. So look, I'm gonna do my own 100 to mil challenge. Now, the way I would like to do this, right? Rules. Risk. No deadline either. Week. Okay, so this is my little personal, you know what I'm saying? Let's go anchor that to the screen. So this is my own little personal thing, right? So that has nothing to do with what I'm about to go over, but I'm about to go over last week, where I went wrong. I only took 2 trades, so I count that as a win for me because I follow my trading rules at least partially. And we're slowly putting the bricks together. So look, this is where I went wrong last week. So I had an entry around this level here. So we can start the week off right here. This is Monday, I believe. It's Monday. So last week I was looking for sales, right? Looking from all the other time frames, this is reading bearish. Simple. This is Monday. Monday we had a strong push, but we really started the week here. So actually, let's back it up. Right. Hello. Back it up. It's July 7th. What? Something on the mouse. All right, so this is June. Tripping. Down to daily for a replay, and we're going to August. So right here, right before market closed, right? And I'll delete these. So what I was seeing, right, was a bit false. So what I was seeing, so this is how I got this trade wrong, right? As you can see here, right? Obviously, I'm not gonna go through all of them, but weekly was bearish. Daily, you can clearly see that daily's bullish. We broke this high. It's very close, but I don't know if you could tell by that little gap. We did break. Hold on, texting my mom real quick. So we had that little gap. You can see it right there, right? So we did break bullish here, right? This is bullish. I don't even know whatever. Let's make it white to simplify things. So we did go bullish there, right? Cool. Then we broke back bearish. Cool, bearish again. So as of this moment here, it's bearish, right? Follow it, follow the snake, whatever. That's the high. Then we broke back bullish, bullish again. Cool. This is bullish. Follow it. This is snake here, bullish, which makes the daily bullish, right? And then obviously the other time frames are bearish. If you could just follow it, this is clearly the low here. We broke, high, low for the bearish statement, and then so on and so forth, right? And go over to the 1 hour. 1 hour, we have flipped bullish. Boom. So this is, we should, let me, this is Sunday, right? Market opened the 3rd, I believe, right? Market opened, yeah, 3rd. So it's up to my knowledge here, right? Boom, right? That's the high, that's the low. 1 hour is bullish. Let me actually walk y'all down, right? And obviously with that being said, 30 minutes also bullish. So I'm gonna just walk this down from what I seen on Sunday, and then we're gonna get into basically reading it and picking our best pairs. So this is pretty much how it started. So I understood bearish, bullish, the rest are bearish, and the 1 hour is bullish. So up to my understanding, right, when market opened, I should have seen this, right, coming Monday. I usually don't trade up until Monday. Damn, that's going fast. Up until Monday. So this is Monday, London session. Perfect, right? Go Sunday, and then Sunday, and then Monday 2 a.m. This is London session. I usually don't even trade here either. I wait until Monday New York. So I should have seen, okay, cool, I want to sell, right? This is a clear zone here. There's a clear zone in here, right, where I can take the sell. If you push it on left, you kind of see, right? You can see it multiple times where we've respected it, right? When we're under, we sell. Whatever. When we're under, we sell. Whatever. Either way, this is a clear zone of resistance, right? We've seen it multiple times. Again, we're on the 1 hour. Go down to 30-minute, right? Obviously, we're here. It will make more sense, right, to take this sell here once we get this break out of the zone, retest this level of support within here, and then we sell to our take profit. Perfect trade setup. This is A plus. This looks good. Great. What did I do? Right? I took it early. That's why you see it. That's why you see this right here. Actually, let me lock that in so I don't move it around. I took the trade early. Why? Because Monday, London session, right? It's not even New York yet. I seen level of resistance within here, right? I seen this and I'm like, okay, cool. Every time we're above, we buy. Every time we're under, we sell, right? And, whatever. I decided to take this, right, on the 30-minute, and that's where I fucked up. Not understanding that, okay, the majority of the time frames are bearish, right? And 1 hour is bullish and 30-minute is also bullish. We shifted bearish within here, right? So let's clean that up. 30-minute, whatever. 30-minute went bearish. 1 hour is still bullish. The 30-minute, right? Again, that's the high, that's the low. Actually, 30-minute never even went bearish. No, it did. Yeah, because this was on here, break, making this the high, making this the low for the 30-minute. And mind you, this is Friday last week. So market's not even open yet. Market opened here with a strong bearish momentum here, right? I seen all of this price action, right? Level support, yada, yada, yada. My issue is I'm on the 30-minute, right? Not understanding or peeping, okay, if I want this to sell, right, I clearly want to break and retest. There is a high on the 1 hour, right? Because, mind you, this was a low, right? This was the next low. Follow the snake, whatever. Well, actually, no. I read that wrong, right? Assuming that this is the high here, right? We shifted bearish. We shifted bearish again. Cool. We didn't break above or below. That's the 2 hour, by the way. Go over to the 1 hour. 1 hour, you get a little closer in detail. You feel me? So that's the high. Ooh, this was the low on the 1 hour. So we broke again, making this the low, bearish move, and then making this. Because either way, like you could kind of skip all this, because you could put it, oh, this is this the high here. We broke above, yada yada yada. Either way, right? We didn't break this low. We went up. Cool. We broke the low, so you can kind of skip all that legwork. Low, high, right? Mind you, it's a Friday. Let me scoot this up just a little bit so you can kind of see it. So, right, this is a Friday. Sunday didn't open up until this candle here, so I'm gonna mark that out. Sunday didn't open until this candle here. That much we know now, right? Why did I take this trade? I thought, hey, maybe I can get a few extra pips in, right? Getting a little early, which is false. That doesn't help for shit. I wasn't getting in early. I just played myself. I was thinking, okay, maybe, right? We have a level of support within here. Cool, right? I'm looking for sales. Majority of the time frames are bearish, right? 30-minute flip bearish as well, right? The 1 hour is still, 1 hour is bearish at this point. 1 hour is bearish at this point because of this right here. Again, this was a low, broke, bearish, right? I thought, okay, everything now is reading bearish. We have some consolidation right here. We're under this high break, right? And we should get a good retest. I didn't even wait for the retest. I just, okay, strong break, enter. At some point in time, I seen like profit of what, 150, I believe. But I never waited for a retest. Guess what happened? Boom. I'm looking at it. I'm looking. This is engulfing. Okay. All right. If we could break under this, we're going to be good. Guess what? Never got it. We go over to the one, even if we're just looking at the 30-minute, right? Which we shouldn't have, right? Guess what happened? Eventually got stopped out. Game over. Right there. Reason why I lost that is I got greedy. I guess that's the best way to put it. I should have waited instead of looking at this zone here, right? There's a clear zone where it's like, okay, we're resisting here, right? Even before we got to this point, we've resisted this zone a couple of times, even here, right? So I should have looked at this and been like, okay, where's the high and the low on the 1 hour? 1 hour is the one that's different, right? No. My buggy. 2 hours bearish. This happened on Friday, right? This was the low. Assuming that this is the high here, right? Didn't break above. Cool. Then we came break below, right? Bearish. I was thinking, right, in my mind, I'm like, okay, we've already had the break. This is the retest. Not understanding this is a fresh week. It don't matter. Wait for the break and retest, and that's where I went wrong with this pair. So, again, I fucked myself over, essentially. You feel me? I probably have to, I don't know if I'm gonna put this on every pair, but I'm not gonna do all that. So we're just gonna look at AUD and then we're gonna get into it for real. This, right? I should have seen high, low. We're not even coming in here. Fuck this zone here. We're not even, this is a clear high. This is a clear low. 1 hour is bearish. Everything's bearish. But this is a new week. It's Monday. London session. Not even New York. London. where it's more so consolidated. There's not even a lot of price action going on. I should have waited for this to break, retest, and then up in here, maybe I could have waited for this left head, potential right shoulder, right? Which will look something like this, right? I should have waited for this here, waited for it to break out of the zone, and then retest, right? Once we break out of the zone, now we're in the retest zone, right? Once we're in the retest, then and only then I should have been able to see, okay, cool, we're creating a nice little level left head, potential right shoulder. If this came and broke, right? Assuming that we're up here, right? Assuming that price is here, right? I could have seen, okay, we're creating potential left head, right shoulder. I just need this to confirm break. Boom, I should have been able to see this clearly. This, if it gave me a clean break. Either way, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter because this, if I had got that clean break, guess what? We would have had retracement points within here. Boom. Sell. You know what I'm saying? This overall is still bearish. I mean, well, I'm gonna get to that. Let me not get ahead of myself. That's what I should have waited for. But I got greedy, tried to enter early, resulted in an L, as you can see. Resulted in a fat ass L. You know what I'm saying? It just simply didn't work out at all. Whatever. So that's my fault, right? I'm pretty sure this is I'm gonna keep this up here simply because I do wanna, yeah, I wanna put this in my description on the YouTube video. So on the YouTube side of things, I do want to take that and put that as a caption. Yeah, it didn't work out, so that's what happened. That's my bad, and I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna improve. I'm gonna understand where the fuck I'm at. I'm gonna understand. I'm gonna just understand it all. Okay. So let's put this right here because I almost never have the chart like this. It's always like in a visible stance. Okay, so this week I'm going to read all of these. I'm pretty sure there's a couple missing because I think I accidentally clicked this, like your JPY. I'm not even gonna do it, but when you click this, it disappears. Where I think right around here, when I was trying to scroll, this was like right here, and I was trying to like get a scroll, and I accidentally deleted it. So I know for sure there's a couple missing, but they weren't up here. They were like somewhere in the middle. So, but whatever. That's besides the point. So we gonna get into it, right? Again, month just started, so it's a good idea to just take a look at the month, see what the month is working with. Clearly you can see we could definitely get a push up in here. That is very possible, but I don't use that as a end all be all type of thing. I just look at it and kind of keep in mind, but there's also this wick fill that we can get. So it's just something to keep in mind, understanding that ultimately bearish, we flip bullish, right? The monthly is bullish. That's something to throw that out there. Monthly is bullish. So starting this week, AUD CAD. This is what we got going on, right? So weekly, we could just start here. All right, this is a clear bullish move, right? We clearly broke the low, this the high right here, and then we just started breaking. Even if you don't count that as a high, count this as a high, which is not, but still kept on going bullish. So high, this is a clear low, right? We flip bearish again. Boom, clear high and low. We're in a bearish stance right now. So we can go weekly. Is bearish. Daily is a little bit more tighter, right? Daily, on the other hand, right? Again, you have to zoom in into things like this, right? You can even line it up to here, and you can clearly see there's a gap. This broke. But if obviously you gotta put it right here. This broke structure, so daily shifted bullish here. My eye low key kind of throbbing. I ain't gonna fake it to you, player. My phone be dying fast, bro. Transfer this to my bank real quick. So you follow the snake right here, right? Shifted bearish again. This is the high. Shifted bullish again, right? So right now we're in a bullish stance as far as daily goes. We're in a bullish stance, right? 4 hour. This is called top-down analysis for anybody who doesn't know. Just top-down analysis, going from the highest time frame, dropping down all the way down to the 15 minutes, see what you're working with, right? 4 hour. This is a clear high. All right, this is the low here, right? We shifted bearish, went bearish again, follow it, snake, perfect, 4 hour bearish. Go over to the 2 hour. 2 hour, same predicament, just a little bit, with the exception it's a little bit lower, same high, right? Still bearish. Go down to the 1 hour. Now we're looking at a different, graph. So this is a clear, this is the clear high here, right? And you can kind of see we shifted. Even if you counted this one, which you shouldn't, this is not the high because price broke and this is a low. If there's a low, there's clearly a high associated with it. That's just how markets move. You can't have a low, right, and then disregard this high, I'll find a better way of explaining that. Again, I'm only a year into this, but I'm learning, I'm improving. You feel me? I'm being hard on myself, or I just been. I ain't gonna lie, and this is just one of those skills where I ain't gonna lie. Like since 2023, I don't go out. Like after I turned 22, I believe when I turned 22, I just stopped going out. Like this is where I'm at, cause I know I could get it, So yeah, but back to what I was saying, right? The 1 hour. Did I lock the car? Okay, I did. Cool. So this is the 1 hour. We shifted to bullish here, right? We didn't break no low, high within this here, right? And this is where I lost, by the way, with the 1 hour being bullish. But if you could tell, you can't tell. But we shifted bullish again within here, right? Shifted bearish again. Then shifted bullish again, right? And then shifted bullish one more time. And I don't know if you could tell, right? I personally wouldn't count these. This is like a retracement point, This is what makes trading a little bit hard because you have one candle to one. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't a level. This isn't a low. So I'll really skip this low and count this right here as a high. You follow it where it snakes on you. I won't count this because it's just one candle. I'll count this, right? 1 hour is currently bullish. Those are my neighbors. Don't mind that. I do the same shit, so can't really get mad. I don't know if it's loud on the mic, but as far as the 30-minute goes, right? A little bit different price action, right? We clearly have this high, and the snake part is here, making the 30-minute bearish. Go down to the 15-minute. 15-minute, obviously, this consolidation up here, right? You have this high, you have this low as well. Broke it, making the 15-minute bearish, making this the low, making this the high. 15-minute bearish. Realistic, I don't even use the 15-minute. Actually, let's just remove the 15-minute. I use it as far as entry signals because I like to see. I like to see. Let me show you. I like to see stuff like this on a 15-minute morning star formation, break, retest, reject that EMA, engulfing entry, right? Stops below this low. Probably gonna be a drawdown a little bit, but go long, right? This effectively this is the ideal trade, right? 13 pips, right? Going long for a simple 1 to 2 5 or a 1 to 2 4. And this, well, we can go from 1 to 2 5 here, right? And you can kind of see, right, full TP. That's the ideal trade that I'm looking for. Now I'm running into the issue of I need to think while the markets are live. Okay, so out of all these time frames, right, bearish, bullish, bearish, right, these are counter time frames here, right? Now we could kind of look at the daily and kind of read into it a little bit, right? Again, you don't really want to use the 15-minute or the 30-minute high and low. The 1 hour is a pretty solid one where you can get a right. So if we look into this, right, bearish, bullish, bearish, bearish, the rest, right, we have two bullish time frames and the rest are bearish. So it makes more sense to sell this pair, but it wouldn't make sense to sell this pair off the simple fact that, I mean, yes, you do have, even though, yes, as far as daily goes, these are the bullish points, right? But you can still get a good move from here to basically down here. This is the daily breaker structure point within here, right? I like to make that black, right? And then we'll put this as daily breaker structure, right? And make the text white so it's easy to read. And then just make sure that's locked in. And that's the daily breaker structure. 8815 115, right? And just to kind of add a little sauce to it, I like to do 8-8 flat, right? Around psychological level. Now we have 89 and 8-8, right? The chances of the daily failing to stay bullish, I do like how this daily time frame on Friday closed doji. That means the next day we can get this engulfing retest, respect of that, right? You see how I'm reading it, right? Mind you, this is still the high, this is still the low. We don't want this high to be broken. If this high is broken, then 4 hour goes bullish, making the low where it needs to be. You feel me? Because if this continues and closes, well, this is the low now. Which makes things simpler now, right? Now you could stay on the 1 hour time frame because the 4 hour low matches up with the 1 hour low as well. All you have to do is just wait for this, right? Realistically, right? We'll probably be somewhere in here, but right, give this even has a 25 pip stop loss, right? And pretty much take this to this daily low as well for a 1 to 3, a clean 1 to 3. You feel me? I failed this the first time. I'm not gonna repeat the same mistake again. Feel me? Don't blame the markets. It's always you. And if you always have that mindset, I promise you, you can always come to a point where you can like check yourself pretty much. So this effectively makes a lot of sense, right? Simply because daily could close like that, right? And then we can have a clean break, candle break, and then we can get a retest candle in here. Assume that's the retest candle, and then we can get a clean push. Tell me that, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, this being that color, and this being the blue for the retest, right, is buying, and then this being, right, tell me that that can't work. Feel me? Wait for the break. You get the small retest, respect of these levels, right? As long as we don't come in, because mind you, if we break, right? If we break out of here, that means this, assuming that price just kind of falls in here, right? Breaks, assuming that we don't create much structure in here, right? That means this will be the high and this will be the brand new low. And now we're looking at this, boom, retest. Now this, of course, this is a simpler way of putting it. This is a daily version, right? We get a clean push, we get a clean retest. Okay. You feel me? Go back down to these lows with the weekly also being bearish, right? I like how we are heavily rejecting this high again. That tells me buyers aren't as interested anymore, because before, whoa, fucking rip back up, boom. Which this realistically was supposed to rip back up, but it didn't. Guess what? Now we have an opportunity to target these zones here. I don't know if you can tell, but we have an opportunity to target these zones here. And if you can see, price never tapped into that. So we have a very, 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 very like if we could break this daily structure off of this move here, we can potentially hold this all the way into here, possibly almost 10xing this trade. But we're not gonna force it. Not gonna force it. Not gonna put ourselves in that predicament forcing it like we did last time. I want a clean break and retest. And that's all you do for the pair. That's it. All you have to do is just look at it from a logical standpoint, right? Even though this does stem bullish, right? If we do happen to pull back, break, and retest, this, I pretty much want a daily close. If I get a daily close, then I'll be looking for the retest to, give me that move. But other than that, this is bearish. This is pretty much just, look at this bearish move, right? It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4-hour candles, 20 hours in total, right? And then look how many 4-hour candles it took to not even break this. It hasn't even broken. So that tells me this potentially, if we don't break this high, it wants to sell. But I need a break out of this 1-hour structure point, simply because the 1 hour is the only one that's different, right? 2-hour, right? If you're basing this off the 2-hour, well, guess what? This the high and this the low. You'll have to wait for price to come all the way down here. I go down to the 1 hour, we get a little bit earlier entry, right? Where price has shifted, right? All we have to do is wait for the break and retest. The 30-minute, theoretically, you've kind of already got it, but that's too early of a signal. 1 hour, need the 1 hour break. And then we can go to the 30-minute. Now we're looking for entry signal, rejection of this EMA, left head, right shoulder, and rejection, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're above an area of interest doesn't mean it's not valid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still play this. It's still a playable thing. And you kind of see whenever we're up here, we definitely come down here. Whenever we're up here, we definitely come down here. So it's like, yeah, I could be down. I don't even gotta draw it. It's kind of already in there. Where we do reject within this 1 hour zone, we definitely do see some rejection over and over and over in the past. So all I need is a break and retest, go short. This right now, I just need the daily. If Sunday could give me that, pretty much that. I don't want to say engulfing, because engulfing it's not enough, because it could engulf and then fail. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's several times where price has engulfed, right, and failed. Like, for instance, whenever we're down here, right? I'm trying to find a good example. Mind you, this is daily, so this is a good move. So I can't really speak on it. I kind of like this, where you do engulf, but you don't go anywhere. You see what I'm saying? Right here, you engulfed and then it moved. Right here, you engulfed and then you moved. Right here, perfect. You engulf, but you really go the other way. So this will be a break. Wait for the retest. Get the retest. Go short. I we'll see. We'll see. I don't. Again, I want this hourly to be broken. Again, I'm gonna see how the daily closes. I will like the daily to close engulfing, but that really depends on sellers to see how strong they are. But realistically, again, I want this break, right? And then we can go down to 30-minute and 15-minute, and then we could look for something like this consolidation engulfing. We could look for something like this, right? Morning star formation, morning star formation here, consolidating break, right? Inside bar within here, but this has to close outside for a valid inside bar. Just in case y'all didn't know, inside bars are powerful. This is an inside bar right here. And no, it's not. This is an inside bar right here. Bar, it closed outside of closed fully engulfed. Right, the previous candle fully engulfs the previous one, not the previous one, but the one in front. And then the next candle closed outside. So now you have to do is just wait for retest, rejection of this high, go short. But this didn't work because it's 3 p.m. right when market's about to close. So yeah, so there's levels to this shit. It's just a matter of getting it. I'm at the point where I'm about to get it. You feel me? I'm about to get it. So I'm not entering early no more. I done fucked myself over multiple times doing that dumb shit, and it just doesn't work. So why continue to do the same thing if it doesn't work? See what I'm saying? Now you asking questions. Now you understand, and hey, stop being a complete jackass. You know what I'm saying? That's when white folks be saying, stop being a jackass. You know what you're doing wrong. Stop doing it. That's it. Stop doing it. So that's all I do for every pair is just make a logical decision. And for me, again, it might not work for everyone, but it helps me speak out loud, truly and honestly. Um, it truly helps me, like, you know what I'm saying. So speaking out loud helps me. It might help you. Turn on the stream. It's not like you're streaming to anybody. I'm not streaming to nobody at all. But the fact that I'm posting these YouTube videos and I have to speak out loud, it helps a lot. So I'm gonna cut the video off here. I'm gonna go ahead and analyze the rest. I just wanted to get this first part here, right? My 100 to the mil challenge. I'm starting it. Starting with $100. Oh yeah, every trade I take, and posted I'm gonna say let's post every Saturday. Cause I don't want to post every time, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm thinking is, so I'm a stream every time I trade, right? Every time I take a trade, it's gonna be streamed. So whenever mind you, I Uber as well. So I only Uber at night though. And again, I don't, just to throw this out there, I don't know what's up with this misconception with people Uber and oh, you Uber. You do realize right now I'm making 30 to 40 an hour. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. But right now with Uber, I'm making $30 to 40 an hour. 30 to 40 an hour. And I don't know if it's just the way I do it. There's a certain way I do it, but that's what I make 30 to 40 an hour. And I think it's just a summer thing because every summer I make roughly close to that. And then wintertime, it just depends. There is a lot of bad weather days during the winter. So during the winter, I'll make anywhere between 25 to 35 an hour because the split changes. So I'm not gonna say the split because I feel like that is a little personal, but yeah, I don't know why people talk down on Uber. I'm like, Uber is like low key, not even low key. Uber is a main time. Yes, it is taxing, but you make 30 to 40 an hour. As of right now, I'm making 30 to 40 an hour working a regular 7 hour shift. So I start driving like around 10, 9, and then I end at 5. That's about 6, 7 hours every day. Besides whenever I smoke, I'm not driving, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I feel so lazy. I just don't drive. And hopefully this time around, because I'm putting my heart and soul into this, right? I want to start off on the right foot and I want to do this right. I pray to God by December, right? Let's do the math real quick, actually, right? We could just go to ChatGPT, right? If I started 100 to 1 mil on Monday, today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is 8, 9, 10, 11. August 11th, by December, in a perfect world where damn, fuck it. It knows what I'm saying. My spelling be all types of fucked up, but it knows what I'm saying. All right, let's break it down. So you're starting with $100 on Monday, and in your perfect world, you double every week, right? If you double every week, so in a perfect world by Christmas, your account would be at $52 million. No. Wait, are you serious? Right? Double every week. So balance 100, right? 2 weeks, there's 19 of them for the rest of the year. It's about 5, 6 months left, so it's about 19 of them. Calculate 2 pi, 2 to the 19th equals 524,288. Multiply that by 100. Okay, I think this part's wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is right. Yeah, 500K. Okay. In trading, okay, each week ending balance is 2 times last week, so double, right? So from the 11th to 18th, on the 18th, I'm supposed to have a $200 balance. Okay, cool. And this is week after week, by the way, right? Just doubling every week. By December, oh, that is 52 M's. Damn. Now this is a perfect world. Okay. Now put it in a realistic sense. Let's say a 70 win rate. All right, let's rebuild this for realistic trading math. Instead of fantasy compound, we'll use the idea 100%. $100, 70% win rate. Risk per trade 2%. No, we're not risking 2%. Right? We're risking 20 to 40%. And risk to reward is a minimum 1 to 2.5. Right? And we're sitting at a 70% win rate. Matter of fact, let's drop that down to. Actually, let's see the numbers on this. Right, risk to reward, meaning you risk $100, you aim to make $250. Trades per week, 5, 1 per trading day. Right. Outcome per trade. If risking 30%, win rate 75%, loss 30%. All this math shit, I don't feel like doing it right now. Weekly growth. If 5 trades a week, growth per week, 1, okay, account size, formula, okay. The number is astronomical. 13 M's. 13 M's is crazy. First 6 to 8 weeks compounding becomes impractical. All right, the number is astronomical, way beyond realistic liquidity or broker limits. So let's just track the first 6 to 8 weeks before compounding becomes impractical. Right, $100 to $530. First trade, eating good, realistic at 30% risk. You'll hit prop firm withdrawal caps or broker liquidity problems by 5 to 8. Okay, let's do 1 to 2 trades a week. 1L a week. Risk. And trade look to hold the base on okay, you want a high risk, low frequency, set and forget approach, 1 2 trades a week, one loss. Okay, high risk 20-40%, minimum 1 to 2.5, hold winners longer if structure allows. Assuming our assumption for the math, starting with $100, risk 30% of the account per trade, average between 20 to 40%, risk to reward 1.25, win rate 70%. Trades a week, 1 to 2 trades will average 1.5 trades a week. Duration August 11th to December 25th, which is 19 weeks. 75% win rate. Loss 30%, win rate 70%. Win rate and one loss. Your average weekly net win times 0.75. Okay. Example: one win 75%, 0.5 loss 15%, net 60% for the week. So we're still up. Compounding. Okay, so 195 by Christmas in perfect conditions. What this means in trade reality, you'll hit prop firm payout limits after a few weeks if this was funded trade. No, this is my own money starting from 100. So by perfect conditions by Christmas, I can hit 100, 200K by Christmas. So if you want, I can make you a weekly buy roadmap from $100 to 195, showing how your account grows. Okay. Yes. And let's see if it builds me a good chart. If it builds me a good chart, then all right. This is the screenshot. Was 700K. So I'll be close. By week 10, mid-October, you'll be over 10K. Week 10, be over October, okay. And then by week 14, mid-November, I'll be in the 70K range. And by Christmas, in perfect conditions, you'll be pushing $750,000. This assumes no consecutive losing weeks and perfect risk discipline. Okay. Yes. And that's the plan. Again, I plan on doing high risk and then switching over to my main account. Right. I would assume this is how most traders start. Instead of taking profit money and putting it into the live account, I'm starting with the $100, flipping it over 10K, and then managing my risk and decreasing. So yeah, by the time 70K. Okay. So by Christmas, you'll still be around 74K. 5%. Nah. Okay. Drop the risk only down to 12%. If I'm gonna switch to my main account, realistically, 5% is valid. Now this is pretty valid. I ain't gonna cap once because I'm at 60K. I don't need to fucking risk 30% of the account. I could just chill and just risk 5%. So yeah, this is valid. 70K, 100K by Christmas. You know, even though it's 100 to 1 mil challenge, realistically, I mean this is keeping the same 30%, risking 30% per trade. This is what we're looking at, right? Um, like if the market conditions are giving it, then yes. Okay. So basically, we're just gonna start and kind of get out the hole. That's pretty much the goal here, is to get out the hole. And then phase two, control growth, right? 15%. And then three, right, which is our main account, will be over 50K. We'll be risking 5% of that 50K, and then we'll go from there. This is my way of getting out of the loop of working, trading, working, trading. So I'm a lock in, right? This is the plan here, and yeah, I'm gonna pray about it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these. I'm gonna post the second video probably shortly, cause after this I'm gonna do the rest, record, and then post them. Probably I'm gonna post. Yeah, I'm gonna do at least half of these recorded, and then I'm gonna do the other. Should I just do it in this video? How long? 55 minutes. Yeah, let's do it in this video. Why not? Why not? Actually, nah, I want to post this. Yeah. So I'm going to stop here. I'll catch y'all in the next video.